So this morning I wanted to continue the breathing lessons series, actually in honor of a recent article that I did in GOOP, which is an online magazine originally started by Gwyneth Paltrow. So I was super excited. Link is down in the comments. I talk about breathing lessons, and I thought, given that it's spring, it would be fun to chat a little bit about some of the things in the article, which are also in the book, and focus on today indoor air quality and how to protect yourself within your own home. There are actually a lot of potential dangers, believe it or not, lurking within the home that you want to be really mindful of. So let's see here. Let's start with radon. Every home needs to be checked for radon. This is a invisible, tasteless, odorless gas that's a breakdown product of uranium. And believe it or not, it is the number 2 cause of lung cancer in the United States. And so it's everywhere. There is no part in the United States that is safe. And if your house hasn't been checked for radon, it's definitely something that you need to look into. There's at-home kits, as well as there's information, for instance, on the EPA website about how you can find professionals licensed in your state. Another thing to think about are gas burning stoves. So I actually love to cook. I do have a gas burning stove in the home, but I always try to remember to run the exhaust fume hood when I'm doing that, just to try to reduce the chemicals and burning products that I'm exposed to. Something else we may not think about, believe it or not, are wood burning units in the home. So I grew up in Idaho. We had a wood burning stove there where I grew up. And believe it or not, wood burning stoves in North America have been linked to chronic lung diseases, particularly in women. So if you have a home where you really need to be using a wood burning stove to heat the home, the best thing you can do is to look for newer stoves that meet some of the higher, more strict EPA standards. But minimizing use in general is still best. An amazing amount of particulate matter still is released into the air, even with the newer models. Another thing to think about are cleaning products. So a lot of cleaning products have a lot of what we call VOCs, or volatile organic chemicals, that are also known to be irritating and harmful for the lungs. You can actually check out the EPA website again, which has a list of products that meet their new Safer Choice standards. But we know that in general, women in particular are at increased risk for certain chronic lung diseases, and some people think it may be due to exposures that women in particular get within the home, and that includes things like cleaning products. So that's something you really want to be mindful of. VOCs are everywhere, though. They can also be in paints, for instance, new carpet. So if you are, for instance, repainting a room in your home, you can now find either low or no VOC paints. They're much more readily available than they used to be. If you're having new carpet installed, for instance, ask that they air the carpet out before it's installed. This is something that can also reduce VOC exposure in the home. Due to climate change, this is also supposed to be a record pollen season this summer. So thinking about how you can keep your home allergen-free, or at least low allergen, is another thing to think about. I have a HEPA filter, for instance, that I at least run in the bedroom. But dust mites and things like that build up on, they can collect in pillows and in comforters and things like that. So it's good to try to put allergen covers over your pillows, to use synthetic as opposed to down comforters and pillows if you can. Hard surfaces are better than carpet, but I still have carpet in a lot of areas in my home, but frequent vacuuming can help. Frequent dusting can also help. Another thing to think about right now is the impact of air pollution on your outdoor air pollution on the indoor quality. of air that you breathe within your home. So we will be entering wildfire season soon. So there are a lot of potential threats to our outdoor air quality. So if you know in particular it's a bad outdoor air quality day, that might be the day, for instance, where you don't throw open the windows, etc. You try to minimize your time outside, and that might be the day that you, for instance, try to run the HEPA filter within the home. So just a lot to think about. You can certainly read more about how to protect yourself in my book, but I will also link the GOOP article down in the comments. Thanks.